It's great to be here in the state capitol, joined by over 50 Montana high school students and Turning Point USA. To Erica Kirk, CEO of Turning Point USA, on behalf of our state, I want to say thank you for stepping up and carrying on Charlie's legacy and showing America the power of grace, forgiveness, and courage. Erica, you are truly an inspiration to our entire nation. Charlie was always eager to come to Montana. One spring, Charlie and I spent 3 days together, just the two of us, hiking and hunting in Highlight Canyon near Bozeman. Since his assassination, I've thought of that time with my friend often. Charlie, you are sorely missed. We know how proud you are of Erica and of Turning Point USA as it continues to grow stronger. We're pleased to be joined today by Andrew Seifer of TP USA. Thank you for being again. What trip to Montana is this? Third trip, good. And Naomi Mau, chapter president of the Club America at Park High School in Livingston. Where's Naomi? Yeah, go ahead. We're going to hear from her later. To the TP USA members and staff here today, welcome to the People's House, and thank you for being here. To the Club America students standing behind me, go team. What you are doing on your high school campuses is truly transformative. Let's give them applause. We stand here in support of all of you across Montana that are advancing freedom and American values. Charlie has a passion for working with young people, and in Montana, we've seen incredible growth of Turning Point chapters on our high school and college campuses. TP USA has a chapter on nearly every college campus, and in over 20 of our high schools, from Bozeman to Billings, Corvallis to Cindy, and I'm proud of these students who believe in American exceptionalism, the importance of constitutional rights, and standing for freedom. Over 20 chapters, that's about 12% of all the high schools in the state currently have chapters. Just last week, I had the opportunity to meet with the Club America students from Bozeman in Livingston. They love America and American values. We want to encourage more students to start these chapters. In Montana, we have about 200 high schools. We'd like to see a Club America chapter in every single one of them. We're here today to let students know about the simple steps they can take to get a chapter started in their high school. Together with Superintendent Hedlund, today we're sending a letter to encouraging educators and superintendents to support students interested in starting a Club America chapter in their high school. On this year of the 250th anniversary of the founding of this great nation, there's never been a better time than now to encourage our young people to promote constitutional values and ideals, gain leadership skills, and advocate for American values in our schools. Whether enrolled in a public school, an independent school, or a home school, we're making sure students have the tools and support to start a chapter on their campus and make their voices heard. We need to teach about American exceptionalism. There's never been a country in the history of the world that has done more to lift people out of poverty and to advance the human condition than what our founding fathers have given us. We should be celebrating that. A Club America chapter is a civic engagement club of freedom-loving people who work together to educate themselves and their peers about the importance of freedom, free markets, and limited government. And starting a chapter is really easy. Step 1, gather at least 3 students from a school that are interested in starting a chapter. Step 2, complete the official chapter charter agreement on the TPUSA website. And once submitted, the group is approved, you'll get help from TPUSA staff to get your chapter started. Personally, as I've said, I'd love to see a chapter in every single high school in the state. At a time when our country is in need of God's light, there exists a great need for an organization like TPUSA to restore moral clarity, constitutional principles, and our founding values, starting with our youth. Thank you, Charlie, for starting this movement. Thank you, Erica, for carrying it on. In Montana, we will always support you. This morning, I had the opportunity to visit with Erica Kirk. And before I turn things over to Andrew, I wanted to take a moment to reflect on Erica's leadership. There were a lot of powerful moments at Charlie's memorial in Phoenix. But when Erica stood on that stage and chose to forgive Charlie's assassin, Erica gave the world one of the greatest examples of forgiveness in modern times. I'm not sure many people could do such a thing, but she showed us how to turn the temperature down and how to live faithfully. Erica, thank you for that. At this time, I'd like to introduce Andrew Seifert, VP of Field Operations for TPUSA, to share more about the Club America program. Andrew?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having us here in the beautiful state of Montana. I'm originally from Seattle, and I gotta say, I think this state is better. As the governor has said, we are proud to partner with this great state. And I want to thank the governor. He doesn't give himself enough credit for everything he's done for this organization, for the entirety of when Charlie first started until now, and going on into the future. The governor is one of the few people to know Charlie longer than myself. I've been with Charlie since 2016. The governor's been with him since Charlie was 18. And when I first joined this organization, I heard about Governor Gianforte and the influence that he had on Charlie. I didn't know much about him at the time, but over the years, we heard more and more. And I want to thank you, Governor, because you played a huge role in the man that played a massive role in all of our lives. As long as I've known Charlie since 2016, we were known as a college organization. Most of our efforts, most of the headlines, most of our events focused on college students. But as the years went on, we realized that indoctrination was happening at a younger and younger age, to the point where more and more high schoolers kept reaching out to us saying, how do we get involved? How do we make a difference? Our voice matters. We are new and incoming voters. You need to hear us out. And by 2022, Charlie took me aside and said, Andrew, we need to launch a program fully dedicated to the high schoolers. We can no longer just be a college organization. We need to reach those that are incoming voters, those that are young minds, those that are seeking ways to organize, and they just need the structure to support them. We launched our high school program in 2022. Some of the hurdles that we noticed were that these young students were constantly fighting against administrations that did not want to allow them to speak up and use their First Amendment rights. We realized we needed to do something to make their journey easier, to allow them to be able to get into more doors, for them to have greater influence among their peers. That is when we rebranded our high school program to be exactly what it says in its title, Club America. We wanted more students that just love their country to be able to get into these schools and be able to advocate for their values, American values. In 2024, we launched Club America, and it quickly blossomed. What is Club America? It's very simple. It's the Future Leaders Club. It's the Future Leaders Club that we will all be looking to when we are retiring, when we are on our deathbeds. We will be looking to them to be good stewards of this nation. It is simple. Their mission is to restore civics and patriotism in the classroom, in the K-12 system, through dialogue. Nothing extravagant, nothing crazy. This is through dialogue, through debate, community service, engaging with their school board, engaging with their principals to hold them accountable, say, American values matter, and we do not want indoctrination in our schools any longer. One of Charlie's final wishes, and it makes me chuckle, and this is totally Charlie. If you knew him, you will laugh at this. Just under a year ago, he called me. He said, Andrew, I love Club America, but we need to move faster. I said, yes, Charlie, we are gonna move faster. He's like, no, Andrew, it's not what you're thinking. I wanna be on 30,000 high schools. And if you know Charlie, he always dreamed big. That's why Turning Point exists now. And I responded, I said, Charlie, there's not even 30,000 high schools in America. And he said, well, how many are there, Andrew? And I said, 27,000. He said, great, let's get on to 27,000. And I said, Charlie, we don't even have the staff. How are we gonna do this? He's like, don't worry, Andrew, I'll come through. We'll figure this out together. And let's start out, I'll make your goal easier. Instead of 27,000, we'll make it 25,000. I love that man. We love that man because he took the unthinkable and made it possible. That is why he had such a great influence on all of these students here, on the governor, on myself. That's why we're still in this fight. Because this is not a fight for Charlie. This is a fight for America, a greater cause. This is a fight for God-given values that inspired this country. Charlie always provided a way. And in the last year, we have seen our organization grow so fast on high schools across America that we are now on over 13% of all public and private high schools in America. 13% of all schools. And that's in this state too. In this state alone, we have gone, I'm not even gonna say, we have grown 1,000% from this time last year to now in the state of Montana. And that is thanks to the efforts of these students behind us and many in this room. Today's partnership will allow us to take that 1,000% growth that we've seen in Montana and build on it. As the governor said, there are almost 200 high schools in this state. We plan to be on every single one. With the governor and the state's support, we will be there in the years to come. And we will be there, and I have zero doubt of that. And the reason I have zero doubt of that is because as impressive as this organization may be, as impressive as Erica and Charlie are, what makes this organization special are the tens of thousands of volunteer students that are brave and courageous and go out on their campuses and talk to their peers about what matters most, even when it's not cool. Even when it's not salient, even when it comes at the cost of their own grade and potentially their career. I want to recognize a student that will come and speak to us. Her name is Naomi Mau. She goes to Park High School in Livingston, as the governor mentioned. She is an exceptional example of many other students that we have nationwide that represent us. She took on the fight because this mattered to her. When she went to go start her Club America chapter at Park High School, the school denied her. But she didn't stop. She found her peers, she found her friends, and they went to the school board meetings. They met with their principal and they fought back. That's the type of resolve that these students have. She fought back with such conviction that school relented and gave her a voice, gave her a platform, and now her chapter at Park High School is one of the strongest in the state. Join me in welcoming Naomi.
As Charlie Kirk said, God didn't call you to be liked, He called you to be light. And light, in its very nature, makes darkness uncomfortable. My name is Naomi Mau. I am 17 years old, and I am the president of the Club America chapter at Park High School in Livingston, Montana. After September 10th, my passion for Turning Point USA and Club America was ignited. I felt called to start a chapter and quickly realized many students joined me in my zeal. We saw immediate support from the student body with our first chapter meeting bringing in over 50 students, followed by countless other events and chapter meetings that showed success after success. My officer team and I have also participated in countless community opportunities to further share and showcase the mission that Charlie Kirk started. Despite the constant support of students at my school, my team quickly learned that the hard part of running a Club America chapter was learning to navigate all the negative criticism and intimidation from our school and adults within our community. I am always reminded of something my dad has instilled with me since a young age: fire falls on sacrifice. I stand before you today not as a political operative, but as a Montana student who chose to step up when it was easier to stay silent. With the left-leaning political agenda progressing into small towns, students who hold conservative values face barriers when organizing groups like Club America. Our Park High School chapter is no exception to this. From the moment we publicly announced our club, we were met with a significant amount of pushback from our school and community. After receiving immediate backlash online, we were instructed by our principal and superintendent to remove Park High's name from all social media, and were told we could not be associated or supported by the school. Aside from our advisor, no school staff defended us when students and graduates publicly labeled us a hate group and mocked our members. We attempted to build a constructive relationship by attending and speaking at a school board meeting, yet when a community member asked for our club to be officially sanctioned, we instead received a harsh and inappropriate email from a board trustee. Just for being a part of Club America, many adults, including public officials, have attempted to silence or discredit us. Our members and I have faced dismissive looks, passive-aggressive comments, and no support from those entrusted to model professionalism and leadership. Scripture tells us in Galatians 6:9, "Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." Despite constant pushback from adults who disagree with us and our values, our chapter has proven itself constantly that we will not be shaken. Gen Z is becoming bolder in standing for the principles the United States of America was built on by hosting events and chapter meetings. Through Club America, high school students are becoming the strong leaders of tomorrow in their local communities, state, and for our nation. My message to students is this: be bold enough to stand for what you believe in, even when it's uncomfortable or unpopular. Growth, leadership, and real change only happen when you refuse to silence your voice just to make others comfortable. I would like to thank my parents, my officer team, and my Club America advisor for their effort and support in making Park High's Club America what it is today. I would also like to thank my field rep, the entire Club America team, and Erica Kirk, as well as Governor Gianforte, for defending, supporting, and validating our club. Because of this partnership, I am incredibly excited to see how our club and other Montana chapters are able to grow and flourish to their full potential. Thank you.
Thank you, Naomi. That was impressive. Andrew, thank you for all the work you do. And to all of you who made the special trip here to Helena today, I want to thank you. Thank you to the students, teachers, and parents who are instilling a love for America into our high schools and our communities and our young leaders. Let's continue to support them. May God bless each and every one of you, and thank you for being here today. Thank you.
others.